Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome to a new reaction series we're going to be doing. This is our live, and my name is Matt. And before we go into what show we're going to be watching, you already know, you click on the title, but I got a couple questions for you. First of all, have you ever really wanted to be a total rebel, flipping tables on the enemy? Okay, next one. Have you ever really tried to further improve how fast you can punch people through the roof? Last one. Was there ever any certain time when you thought brute force and style combined? So if your answer to any of those questions was yes, then this is your lucky day, because I got good news for you. Now it's your time to shine, because finally, she's here. Here comes Vi. The joke is that there's a Vi post. That was a really long joke. Also, it's a reference. So if you don't know the reference, then it's also kind of falling onto deaf ears. But, hello. The title of this video is going to be like League Boomer watches Arcane or some shit like that. Because that was a reference to 2012 Vi's theme song called Here Comes Vi, sung by Nikki Taylor, who I believe is now a streamer. And I remember when Vi came out, they had like a full-on song that someone sang, and I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, hello, we're watching Arcane. Man, Arcane. So, okay, I'm really excited to watch this show because so if you just wanted to watch the reaction for episode 1, just skip ahead. I'm gonna do like a thingy on the video. I'm gonna make video chapters. So if you go down to like the progress bar, you can see exactly when the reaction starts. Just skip ahead if you don't want to listen to this. But if you want to listen to me talk about fucking League of Legends or whatever, then you can say. But first of all, hello, my name is Matt. This is Haarute Live or whatever. I watch shows here and I talk about dumb shit for like 40 minutes. And that's every video. Anyway, moving on. Also, I'm from Argentina, so English is not my first language, okay? Now I can say dumb shit and nobody can tell me anything. Anyway, moving on. Fucking Arcane. This show's been popping off on like my side view for months now. I've just been looking forward to like, okay, when am I gonna have some free time in order to watch fucking Arcane? And now it's the time. So here's my backstory on not Arcane, but League of Legends. League of Legends is the source material from which Arcane came from. We all know this, at least I'm assuming. So I am gonna try to give you the quick rundown for it, but like back in 2012, I believe it was like February 2012, I got hit with a massive wave of depression due to issues regarding my social circles and my inability to cope with them, and I needed a way to get away from thinking about that. And a friend of mine was like, I've been playing this game that people have been talking about lately. It's called League of Legends. It's a free to play game, and it's like an arena. It's like Dota, but like good. And I was like, oh, interesting. You know, I just pissed off so many Dota fans. I remember going into the League website, which looked nothing like the website that it's there right now. And I remember looking through the list of characters, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can find a character I'm gonna like, you know? That's gonna be my character. And I remember I saw Riven, and I was like, oh, she looks cool. She's gonna be my girl. That should tell you a little bit about what my taste in characters is. So because I started playing in 2012, I got kind of addicted to it because I needed something to do in order to not think about reality. And unfortunately, my solution was League of Legends. If anyone's ever played League of Legends, you know that that's a bad thing to do. So 2012 is when Vi came out. I'm pretty sure it was like late 2012. I could be wrong, but I think that was it. And I remember being around Tumblr and, you know, following people about League and stuff. And I remember when Vi showed up in the PBE server, which is like a test server. Before things are pushed into the live server, that they are in the PBE server. And I remember when Vi showed up, I remember looking at Vi and being like, man, they're trying really hard. By the way, I say that I'm saying all these things. I have a Vi poster right there in the background. I've had that poster since like 2013 because someone from US, like a shop in US, sent it to me because I won like a game of ARAM. That shop was called Parafax. I'm not sure if that shop still exists anymore, but it was like a custom shop that someone did prints and mouse pads, and they sent me that Vi print, which I asked for, as well as a Sona print and a Vayne mouse pad. The point is, I really love Vi. And I remember when Vi came out, she showed up, I was like, wow, they're trying really hard. And the reason why I thought that is because I look at that character design and I was like, they're trying really hard to make like a character that people will love, you know? They're trying really hard to make a character that will sell, you know? Because I looked at the bot and I was like, she's so fucking cool. Like, that's really try hard, you know? Just like the short hair, just like fucking great pink, this punk haircut, the goggles and the steampunk and the fucking the high color and the punch girl. She's a puncher. It's like fuck yeah, and her personality is like hell yeah, let's go. I'm just like, she's so like such a try hard character design, you know. I was a little bit on the fence about it, and then Jinx came out. And Jinx came out with this like giant like event because Vi did come out with like her theme song and everything, and then Jinx came out, and Jinx's splash art is the same as Vi's but like broken. You have Vi, she's like the cool cop, you know, and then Jinx come out and she's like, she's the Joker, okay, and the Joker comes out. It's like, okay, I see, they're doing like a dual thing with these two characters. That's kind of cool. The thing is that I'm just gonna say it, people were really horny for Jinx, because I look at Jinx and I realized that whatever I thought about Vi, that was wrong. Because ultimately, I don't think a lot of people gave a shit about Vi, at least not until Arcane. Since Arcane, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about Vi, but like, and that made me happy. But like, back in the day, nobody really cared too much about Vi. I would consider Vi to be like my favorite character design in all of League. Just vanilla, no skins, just she's fantastic. I love her, and I love her personality, her perceived personality in the game. Even though, again, characters in a game like League, their personality is not really a personality. It's just like, I'm just quirky and these are my lines, and that's like, okay, whatever. It's like a fighting game in that aspect. But like, Jinx came out and everyone was so horny for this character, and I don't think people have ever stopped since, you know? And I realized, okay, Jinx is actually the character that they made for people to just be like, alright, I'm gonna buy her skins, you know? That was really the try-hard character. Vi was the setup. Jinx was the execution, you know? And I never got that. I was never a Jinx guy myself. I never understood that. Why do I want to like crackhead, random, quirky Joker character, you know? I will say, Jinx is actually more fun for me to play than Vi, which is a bummer. I'm more of an 80 carry person myself, but so they released, and I'm not sure if they released it alongside her release or it was like later, but they released a music video called Get Jinxed, and it was just like CG, full-on like music video, whatever, that had Jinx in it, just shooting things and just being crazy. And I remember people taking so many clips of that video and making GIFs with it, and everyone was horny. And it's like 2 GIFs that I'm thinking about right now, and I'm actually gonna fucking search them. I'm gonna show them to you. So if I just type Get Jinx into Google, and I just, oh my god, it's I immediately see the face, the fucking smug ass face that everyone was horny for. Let me see if I can find the GIF. So this is the first GIF that people were super horny about. It's her facial expressions, especially the last one. That one. Yeah. And then there's the other GIF, which was this one, which is again her facial expression. Look at it. When she turns around and she bits her lip a little bit and she looks straight into the camera, people are so fucking horny. People are so fucking horny about this character. I was like, god fucking damn. What the fuck is this? So Jinx came out and she took the world by storm, and I think that at this point she might be one of the most popular characters in all of League, and it makes sense that they pick her up for Arcane. And I recently heard that apparently this show has been in the workings for a couple years now, for like 6 years. I don't know how much of the show they had in mind by the time they did that, or if it was just Riot being like, make a show, you can have as much time as you want and you can do whatever you want with it, and they're like, all right, and then they just figure that shit out for 6 years, and now this came out. Thing is that Jinx popular, and I just want to say that I'm representing my girl, which is Vi. I'm representing her, and that's kind of where I stand. So anyway, so that's just kind of my history with League and what I know and what I've been through. So I know I have a lot of League knowledge from back in the day and a little bit about recent League as well. Of course, because I'm saying this, you already know that I have some knowledge about Arcane. I'm not completely blind. Arcane is a League of Legends show. It features Jinx. It features Vi. I believe it features other characters from, I'm assuming, Piltover, like Jace. I think Victor as well. And that's kind of all I know. And yes, of course, I know a little bit about the lore of League. You know, from League, I know a little bit about the lore. You know, I know that Vi is a cop with Kaling. I believe that I don't remember if she used to be a criminal or just down on her luck or something. And they eventually there were the cops and maybe Caitlyn herself was like, hey, Vi, okay, I'm giving you 2 choices. You can fucking go in jail or something, or you can help us out. And Vi was like, all right, I guess I'm helping out. I guess I'm turning into a cop. And then she became the coolest cop with just giant metal fists and just punches the shit out of people. That's awesome. I know that Jinx is basically just like cute waifu the Joker and Vi's rival. That's kind of it, because by the time she comes out, she like blows up the entire town. In League, she blows up because Vi's character art, the background is built over, and Jinx's character art is the exact same background but broken and destroyed. So I'm just like, okay, she's the Joker. I do know Piltover, it's like the city of progress or whatever. Everyone just wears steampunk. It's awesome. I love that shit. And I know a little bit more about League lore, but I don't know how much of that is going to be relevant. If it becomes relevant watching the show, I'll talk about it. If not, I don't know. Man, this intro's long. I've been recording for like 20 minutes. A good chunk of it is going to be cut, but I've been talking for like 20 minutes. I'm sorry. I just wanted people to know. I just wanted people to know that I'm a walking, like a little bit of a League of Legends encyclopedia. Not that big of an encyclopedia, just a tiny bit, you know? And a final thing to say is that, hey, you can watch the full-length version of this episode. If you go down to the link in the description, you can watch it for free. Usually this is reserved for Patreon people, but you can go down to the link in the description and you can watch my full reaction to this first episode for free. So yeah, click the link in the description, it'll take you there and we'll be Gucci. You can also watch full-length for other episodes as well as early access for the next 2 episodes, so up to episode 3 already on the Patreon, so check out the link in the description for that as well, or the pop-up on screen. And yeah, that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this. Let us begin. So, Arcane, Season 1, Episode 1. Let's go. Oh, cool. A nice custom intro. That was Vi and Jinx. Damn. Grim. Oh, she's singing. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna take a guess at who both of you are based on your hair color. What the fuck is going on? This guy looks like a badass. Were those their parents? Oh, he had the big metal fist. Oh, that's gonna come back. That's gonna come back. Maybe he's their dad. I don't know. I don't know enough. Who are those guys? Like, I don't know what city that was. It looked good, so I'm assuming it would be Piltover or Demacia. Oh, this is the Magic Dragons, isn't it? Yeah, Magic Dragons fucking loves League of Legends. I cannot put this into the video. It will get copyright hit. So I don't care much for Magic Dragons. I really don't. Not my type of music. I think these visuals are mega cool though. Ooh, that was a hard drop. They play this at the Game Awards. I didn't even include their performance of this in the Game Awards in my video reacting to the Game Awards, and they still copyright hit me. Oh, that's cool. That was cool. That was cool.
Hey, Powder! Come take a look.
Powder? That looks so cool. Such cool scenery.
One day, I'm gonna shoot one of them down.
Who the fuck are you, Jungler from Overwatch? I like that she's like the leader. Cupcakes? Oh shit! I know what that means. I know who's coming.
Powder, look at me.
Powder.
What did I tell you?
Is that her name or a nickname? Okay. So far, so not dead. Cupcakes? Caitlyn's gonna come or something. Or that's Caitlyn's house or some shit. I'm a big fan of Jinx color scheme here. I mean, it's not too different from the game, but I like the blue and the pink a lot. So I'm just gonna say right now, both of those skits are not like named characters, nor as far as I know, and also their designs is kind of boring. So they could die.
As I'm the only one who knows how to pick locks, I suggest.
Love that. I love that. Man, I'm still astounded at this animation. how it doesn't look like 3D at all sometimes, you know?
Must be an inventor.
It looks hand-drawn. An inventor. Is it Jace? That gem in the middle
How the hell
looks...
did we find this place?
It was a tip from Little Man.
Little man?
Just leave it.
I really am a big fan of her design right now. Ooh, food. Just allergic to it, she immediately dies. Also, finish that sandwich. You're gonna leave behind important evidence if you don't eat that sandwich. Oh, a bunch of them. Oh, people are coming in. Wow, they were ready. They were fucking ready. Wow, she took all of them. Drop one. Oh, that might be bad. Is that gonna explode or something? It did. Wow. Yeah. Not a stealthy mission anymore, is it? What the fuck is that? Oh, that's really cool. Are they actually gonna get away? Okay, no, the enforcers actually made it through. Not that guy. Fuck that guy. That guy's dead. Ooh, she punched something. First punch.
There's no reason this has to get ugly.
Just
How
give us
about
all
you
your stuff.
share a little taste of your treasure there, and we'll call it even.
Just a taste?
Just...
How is something should do that? Let's go. Oh yeah, big boy. Get him. Why get him? Oh, that animation was good. Also, ouch, she got hit. I like how big boy is taking on two of them at once. Okay. Damn, she did like a Yakuza hit move on that guy. Oh yeah, throw dinner size. Fucking get. Oh my god. Holy shit. All right, I'm a big fan of big boy. Oh god.
Wait!
Want to see how that ends?
I love that. I love that intimidation check.
Come on,
Nails.
Bowser. I need you.
Mouser? Is that a grenade? Didn't work. Just fucking yeet that shit into the water. That's not what the gemstones were, right? That was in her little pocket.
I get my face bashed in and she just gets a pass? Yep.
I feel like I recognize Milo's voice actor.
She jinxes every job. Just drop it,
Jinxes. Another copyrighted song, yes. Well, that's the guy, isn't he? I see. So that guy's the bartender, and he rescued them, and now they're living with him, maybe?
I think I know what you need.
You don't seem to listen,
A bit of advice. Don't threaten the guy who pours the drinks. So you're Vander.
Okay, character introduction.
How about you just give Huck the rest of what you owe him, and I'll let you walk out of here in one piece.
The kids are here.
Welcome to the lanes.
He saw that they were injured.
4 children fleeing the scene.
Oof.
What the hell were you thinking?
That we can handle a real job.
A real job?
We got our own tip, planned a route, nobody even saw.
You blew up a building.
That wasn't...
Did you even stop to think about what could have happened to you? When people look up to you, you don't get to be selfish. You say run, they run. You say swim, they dive in. You say light a fire, they show up with oil. But whatever happens, it's on you. That path, this, it's not going to solve your problems. Just makes more of them.
We're gonna be fine, right?
I'll take care of it.
I swear to God, if that sandwich comes off as evidence, I'm gonna lose it.
She's a problem.
Milo, I'm really
Do you remember what was in that bag? Biggest payout we've ever seen, and she just lost it.
She made a mistake.
Name one time she hasn't.
She's young.
Don't bullshit me. We're twice the person at half her age.
Milo, shut the fuck up.
You're right.
Oh,
There's a
no.
bunch of things Powder just can't do.
You don't have to tell me twice.
She's gonna go way before
Like,
Vice says the
complain about
positives.
everything
What?
and brag nonstop.
Okay.
Damn it!
See this look on my face? This will always mean it's time to shut up.
But I.
Damn it. Jinx gonna like run away or something because she feels like, damn it. Fuck!
Echo, what's going on with that thing?
Oh, it's him!
few seconds.
Seko!
Hidden.
He looks really sick and the new fighting game that's gonna come out soon.
Someone was following them.
Whole lot of someone's from what I heard.
Not enforcers. Someone on our side. There's worse things than enforcers out there. We both know that.
Did Vi kick their asses?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be here otherwise.
Oh, she showed me a couple of moves to practice.
Oh my god. They all looked up to Vi.
This weirdo came into the shop, bought a whole bunch of stuff Benzo only keeps there for display. He paid in gold and didn't even haggle. I charged him double price. Sucker.
But how did you know where?
That sounds like a setup. Enforcers? Why they gotta be so fucking creepy? The fucking Darth Vader masks.
We're looking for the culprits.
Got a description?
That's Christian of Acerala from The Expanse. I recognize her voice.
Cool off a bit.
God, I love her. Now start fucking insulting people left and right. Start saying shit. Forgot her name. Shorey Angladush, something like that. Sorry.
Was anyone hurt?
A building was blown to bits. What do you think?
Those who did this will be dealt with.
That workshop belonged to the Kermans. You
Kiraman.
know what kind of stuff they had in there? Makes this place look like a candy shop. The council needs someone to make an example of. If I don't put someone behind bars tonight, the next time I come down here, I'll have an army of enforcers with me. We both know how that'll go.
I'm sorry, Grayson, but I can't offer up my own people.
Someone's gotta go. What if Vi decides just like take me? I was the one that did it, and then they're gonna see that it was just a kid. Maybe they're gonna be more lenient on her because they do know Vi ends up becoming like a copium built over. So like,
You want to talk about today?
What's the point? I ruined everything. I always do.
Nobody said that.
No, just that you were twice the person at half my age. I'm not a fighter.
You don't have to be.
you're an 80 carry. Okay, I like the scene a lot because I was worried that we would just have a misunderstanding and then they just walk off from each other. But like, she's showing her the mistakes that everyone committed.
You see it?
Huh?
Milo tripped over his own paint bucket and nearly fell off trying to draw a giant middle finger.
So dumb.
His ass made that splotch. We've all had bad days, but we learn. And we stick together.
Aww.
Oh,
I love
I
this.
forgot.
So cute. I did get
These
something
were
out.
in my pocket. They're from the apartment.
What are they?
I don't know.
They just glow and look
Should we show
pretty.
Vander?
No. Keep this our little secret.
Ooh.
Milo's wrong, Powder. You're stronger than you think. And one day, this city's gonna respect us.
That's such a cool line. And followed by this shot. Oh, we're getting to the end of the episode, actually. Oh, this is him. Who sent them?
That's not a risk I'm willing to take.
The kids. It was their fault. The explosion in the upper city.
That was them.
Yeah, the topsiders are up in arms looking for him.
Vander's in trouble.
Oh no, they're gonna use this to take down Bander.
But keep him off the streets.
Who are you, creepy man?
It's almost ready.
They're gonna deal with this rat.
Time.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be feeding time for the rat. The cat's gonna die. It's gonna be a buff rat or something. That guy must have exploded.
Someone just volunteered.
Huh? What? Who? What? Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you. My air conditioner stopped working like halfway through that episode, and I really don't want to record this discussion anymore because it's getting really hot in here. We're in the middle of like the hottest week of the entire year for us, probably in history because of climate change making things worse every year, yeah. So it's like 43 degrees. So anyway, let's talk about this episode, and if I need to get the fuck out of here at some point, I will. Okay, first of all, the animation is fucking sick, dude. Like, I fucking love the animation for this. And like, here's the thing, is that I love animation. So when I say animation, I mean like 2D animation. But you know what else I love? I love whenever you can make 2D animation in 3D. You know, it's like you're making the best of both worlds work together. And like the couple of examples I'm thinking about is on one, I'm thinking about like Arc System Works makes amazing video games, and they all look like they're 2D, but they're not. They look anime, but they're not. They're all using 3D models, but all the effects and tricks that they do, and they lower the frame rate precisely just to make it look like it was animated at 24 seconds, but it's not. It's like, it's so good. If you're gonna go Western, you can look at something like Into the Spider-Verse, which I fucking loved. And I have to say, like, this reminds me a lot of Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse looks full fucking sick. Into the Spider-Verse, I feel like, has more style than this would have, like personality, because like everything characters did, just a bunch of colors just popping in, popping out, and it was awesome. This doesn't have that, but it doesn't have to have that, because this is not like a stylish movie that tries to be stylish. This is a show that is trying to be more down to earth and serious and dramatic, and I actually kind of love that. And this was something I also knew going into the show, that this show would be more along the lines of like a more serious show. Because that's the thing, is that like you're adapting a source material like League of Legends. It's like, okay, what direction we're gonna go? Minute one, this show lets you know we're gonna do this. Because minute one, you see fucking people dying, dead left and right, and you see people just coming in and fucking shooting them and killing them, and it's like, fucking goddamn. And so they're not showing them die on screen. You know, they get shot and everything, but you don't see them getting shot. You just see the person shooting the gun in their direction, you know? In the same way that at the end, you don't see the cat explode. You just see the blood splatter and the implication that the cat exploded, you know? Maybe the cat didn't explode, but I'm gonna guess that it did explode, because that blood splatter was like crazy. The like glass panels also shattered, so it's like, alright, that rat got juiced the fuck up. I knew that it would be the rat. I knew that it would be the rat that would fuck the cat up. Because when they said feeding time and they put the cat in there, I'm like, oh, it's feeding time. And you're supposed to think that the cat is going to eat the rat. But they're going to subvert your expectations. It's going to be the opposite. It's like, I knew it. I knew the rat was going to fuck the cat up. Anyway, so, dude, the animation is just fantastic. Because I had so many moments where characters just stopped moving and they just looked at each other or something like that. And I was like, I could take a screenshot of this and this would just look like something someone drew. This looks like hand-drawn traditional art almost, you know? There's so much like detail to these character models, and just to every frame of this, it's so wonderfully done. And the way it's animated too. This also looks like it's animated at, I don't know how much, like 24 frames a second, sorry. It could be less than that, or it could be a little bit more than, no, it's not more. I don't think it's more. It should be a little bit less, maybe. But like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, when you have 3D animation is by default smooth, you know? You move, like, if you grab a character model in like a software that has character models, the character models move smoothly because that's the way it works. But if you want to deliberately create the effect that this is something more akin to traditional 24 seconds animation, which is the way it usually goes, because it's weird, because animation, as you've seen historically, has had lower frame rate because it's more cost effective to do that. There's a lot of tricks in animation, sort of like characters just move a little bit, and then when they speak, the only thing that moves is their mouth. You know, that's a trick in order to save on animation. But also the amount of animation that you're gonna see, there's a reason why not every movie looks like Akira, you know, because Akira has insane amounts of animation. But when you start going more lower budget with some sort of TV shows or animes, animation does look more choppy, because they don't have that much money in order to animate 60 frames. Also, TV is not really made for you to be able to transmit 60 frames. So historically, you couldn't do 60 frames. So you go down and you go down, and like that's the thing, is that this show, Arcane, looks like it has a deliberately lower amount of frames per second just to give you that feeling that you're watching something that is 2D and hand-drawn, but it is not. It is 3D, and it fucking works, bro. It fucking works. It's fantastic. Again, it reminds you of a Spider-Verse, if anything. And I fucking love Spider-Verse, man. Shoutouts to anyone who watched Into the Spider-Verse and loved it, because, man, that movie slaps, dude. So, let's talk about actually what happened in the episode. So, with this episode, immediately at the beginning, we get introduced to Vi and Powder. I think that's what they call her, right? Powder. So, Vi and Powder. Now, I'm not sure if Powder is her name or her nickname. I'm gonna assume that Jinx is not her name, and that will become her new nickname later. But right now, she is known as Powder, which is interesting. Also, are they sisters? They could be sisters. I think they're sisters. Were they sisters in the game? Yo, okay, let me know if... Because I think they're implied to be sisters. Maybe they said it at one point. I think they said it. I could be wrong. But like, at least it is implied that they're sisters at the very beginning. Were they sisters in the game? Yo, let me know in the comments, because I didn't remember them being sisters in the game. I just remember them being rivals. But to be fair, the game didn't really elaborate into the like background too much, because again, the kind of game League of Legends is, it's not a lore game, you know, it's like a fighting game. Characters only matter on like a surface level, you know, like characters' personality and backstory and what they do kind of only matters on a surface level. This show is actually going in depth into lore and story and personality, so now all of that is gonna have to be rebuilt. So I kind of love that, and I'm looking forward to that. But like, it appears they're sisters, and at the very beginning shows you their parents died. Their parents died in whatever conflict this was. So I believe the people at the beginning were enforcers, weren't they? Piltover enforcers. They look like they have a uniform of some kind, but it looks like cartoonishly evil. But also the Piltover enforcers also look like a little bit evil. I don't know why they have like the fucking Darth Vader face mask. It's like, what are we all doing? So anyway, there was some sort of conflict at the very beginning. These people, maybe enforcers, came and just fucking... I don't know if they gassed this place, if they burned it down or something, because the entire composition of this scene is very red. So maybe there was something going on there other than just destruction and killing. I don't know why there was just destruction and killing, but that did happen. And they were rescued by this guy. I think his name was Vander. I think they say Vander. So this guy, who looks like the main protagonist from Right to Hell Retribution, he shows up. We see him punching like the enforcers. He looks to the side, and there's their parents. And that's when Vi and Powder break down a little bit. And then he carries them. So I believe their parents died, and then he like decides to take care of them. Because then we also see later in the episode that he is actually taking care of them. So Vander is the owner of the bar, or at least the barman, but I think he's the owner of the bar. And so all the kids are staying in there. Maybe he took after 4 kids, actually, all 4 of them. So maybe all 4 of them are kind of like siblings at this point, because he's taking care of them after whatever tragedy might have happened. Maybe, God, wow, I forgot the name of the kids. I remember Milo because Milo's sissy, but I forgot the name of the big boy. But maybe the big boy is his own kid. I don't know. But yeah, we have the 4 kids. We have Vi, Powder, Milo, and Big Boy. Milo looks like Junkrat from Overwatch, but like not blonde. That's it. But otherwise, it looks exactly the same. The face is the same. The hair is the same. Everything is the same. Just like, I'm sorry, Milo. I want to see who the voice actors for the show are. Oh, but I'm afraid of spoilers. Maybe the credits for this episode will tell me. So I did check the name Shuri Agildashlu, Iranian-American actress. Sorry, I cannot pronounce this name. This is beyond me. Shuri Agildashlu. So she is Christian of Azarala in the show The Expanse, which I'm also reacting to at the time of recording this. I fucking love that show. And I fucking love her character. And her manner of speaking is so fucking good. She has this like so deep and raspy voice, and the fact that like she said it one word and I'm like, that's her. I'm like, that's her. That's my girl. Immediately knew it was her. So that character, that enforcer lady, she's gonna matter, because they got an actress like her to come and do her voice, and it's like, oh, that's good. I don't know if she's done voice acting. That actress in particular has done any voice acting, or if this is like a new path that she's exploring. You've done video games. You're in Mass Effect, okay, and Destiny. But yeah, she's in nothing else that I would like recognize her on. So it was just coincidental that I just ran into her here. She's fucking awesome. I love her. And listen, I believe that if you enjoy her voice, that's enough for you to just go and watch The Expanse. The Expanse is a fucking banger show, and her character in The Expanse is fucking awesome because all she does is just being like a bad bitch and just insult people and just complain, and she goes, fuck, and I'm just like, hell yeah. That's my girl. Anyway, in terms of episode development, so we see the kids, and there's like a little bit of a time skip after they get rescued by Vander. I believe that's his name. So you see them actually taking on a job in order to go and steal something from Piltover. We see these kids are down on their luck. They live in like the undercity of Piltover. I don't know the name of it. I don't think that's Zaun, is it? I think Zaun is a different place, right? Oh, they are from Zaun, isn't it? Zaun is a large undercity district lying in the deep canyons and valleys threading Piltover. What light that reaches below is filled with fumes leaking. Okay, I just read the bare basics that Google told me, but I think they are in Zaun then. So I knew that Zaun existed. I just didn't think Zaun was like directly connected to Piltover. So I suppose they are in Zaun. Okay, they are in Zaun. They're in Zaun. I didn't know they were Zaun kids. Wow, that's wild. I didn't know that. So, okay, we see a couple of kids surviving in Zaun. And maybe they said Zaun in the episode, just wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I also have ADHD, so I don't pay attention to a lot of things. But, so kids from Zaun, they don't have anything, and they decide, hey, we're gonna go steal from Piltover and see if we can get something. They get a tip from Lowman, whoever that is. They did say a little, Echo showed up, that's cool. Did say a little bit about something, a man coming in, painting gold and not even haggling, and it's like, maybe that was a little bit of a setup. I don't know what that whole storyline is about. I suppose we'll see better in future episodes, but they got a tip to go to that place, and they decide to go steal that place. Jinx, I'm just gonna call her Jinx, I'm sorry. Jinx found this little like orb thingies, this gemstones or something that were hidden away because they clearly mattered a lot, and they also found a device that had the gemstone. I don't know if they took it or not, but Jinx did steal every single one of those, fucking put her in her pocket and run away. But one of them fucking fell, and it just fucking rolled, and it chipped a little bit, and it just fucking exploded and destroyed a fucking building. So we know that those little thingies, they're big boys. They matter, you know? They have strong boys. We have to worry about those and what they could potentially do. So stealth mission is out the window, and now they're running away from the cops, from the enforcers or whatever. They managed to actually shake them off and escape through the sewers. However, they run into these kids that go, hey, we heard that there was some commotion going on, and yeah, we're gonna need some of your stuff. Okay, so that kid, whoever that kid was, he was working for someone else, but I don't know who that was, and I don't know exactly what they needed him to do. Supposed to follow them and not interfere. So, okay, maybe what they needed him to do was for that kid to follow Vi and Jinx and whatever, and then they would know where they are, and then after they know where they are, they're gonna go and be like, alright, we're gonna steal their place, we're gonna steal whatever they stole. So maybe that's what they were supposed to do, but because they interfered now, they don't necessarily know where they went, where they're staying, you know? So if that is the case, then they cannot longer steal whatever. I'm assuming that this is what happened, because I feel like this makes complete sense. This guy, creepy eye guy with the red eye or whatever, so he came to the shop and gave the information about this one place, and then they give the information to the kids to go and steal it. The kids steal it. What he wants is probably the blue orbs, so they go and steal the blue orbs, and the idea was for this guy to hire this other kid to go and follow the kids, and then he would know where the kids would stash away the blue orbs, and then he would go and take the blue orbs, either by force or by stealing or whatever, and then he would have the blue orb. So he essentially got around this roundabout way of like getting someone to steal that for you, and then you get it back, I suppose, and maybe he needs it for whatever thing he's doing with this rat. Well, I suppose it's more more about the purple liquid. Did he inject something into him? So he's sitting in the dark and he has this thingy. And then he does this. And then you see his eye, and it's a red eye. Red glowing eye with like a dark sclera, right? And he does have this like a scar going on in like half of his face. So I'm thinking, okay, whatever. Maybe he's making this like purple shed that has some sort of side effect on anything. And he's injected that into himself, into his eye for some reason. Oh, mate. Okay, wild theory. Like his scar is something, I don't know, some injury that happened to him and it made him blind on one eye. And maybe he made that and he's injecting that into his eye in order to regain vision, fix his eye a little bit. The side effect is that it makes you look evil as shit because you have a red glowing eye and a fucked up scar that covers half your face. But you know, my man's just trying to get a second eyeball going, you know? Like, so I can't fault him for that. I don't know exactly what this purple thing is, but I'm gonna say there's another woman with a dark sclera. I think it's called sclera, right? Sclera is the white part of your eyes. But there's another woman that had that in the bar. So I'm not sure if she is part of the purple juice gang or if that's just coincidental. That's just her design. The kids escape the enforcers. They encountered this other shitty kid. Jinx ends up throwing away the entire hall into the water so they didn't get anything other than the blue arch, which is probably the only part that matters. But they're not telling anyone about that. Jinx feels like she fucked up and the people think that she's a failure. So she's kind of running away from that. But then Vi catches up to her and she's like, no, actually it's good. And we all make mistakes, you know? And that's good. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that scene. Because for a second I thought that, okay, here's the thing. I know that they're gonna end up separated. You know, I know that they're gonna end up splitting and fighting each other. Because I know the game. So I know that Vi and Jinx are just gonna eventually just start fucking fighting or whatever. And I know that one of them is gonna be like a cop and the other one's gonna be a straight up criminal. And I'm not talking just, I'm stealing to survive criminal. I'm saying Joker criminal, you know? So Jinx is gonna do some fucked up shit eventually. So I'm thinking, okay, there has to be a reason why there's a divide to begin with. So in my mind, I was thinking, Jinx, he overhears like an incomplete conversation, people talking down on her, and then she's like, I'm gonna run away. And she run away with the crystals or whatever, and then someone comes across her, and then some shit happens, and eventually she ends up where she ends up, right? But no, Vi decided to go after her, and Vi is like, no, it's fine, we all make mistakes, it's totally cool, we have to stick together. And I'm just like, man, that's so cool. You know, I was worried that would be the divide, but it wasn't. You know, it's awesome. It's cool. They're still sticking together, and it's gonna make it all the more painful whenever there is a divide, because I see them actually bonding and being close to each other and caring, and so it's so good. Dialogue so far is really good. The animation and the dialogue and just the plot progression is not super generic. So I'm a big fan of this so far. I cannot wait for the next episode. I said it during the episode. I feel like those two kids, Milo and Big Boy, they're gonna die. Maybe. Vanya could also die. Like, that's the thing, is that this show has shown that it doesn't really mind having like death on screen. Because like at the first minute, you see fucking people coming in and shooting people. And it's just like, alright. So this show is a little bit more dark than you would expect in the tone of like the game. That's fine. I love that. And that's the other thing, is that anyone who's not a playable character in League of Legends could die. The only people that are not gonna die are the people that I know are characters. Everyone else, though, is on the chopping block. And I can see the two kids dying. I can also see the dad dying, you know? It doesn't mean that everyone's gonna die, because not everyone has to either be a character in the game or die. Those are not the two options, but I'm saying that I can see them dying, you know, and that's going to create further conflict and emotional turmoil for the characters that we're going to be following, which is Vi and Jinx. So it's going to be cool. Christian of Asurala, or whatever the name of this lady enforcer, comes in, and she is like, all right, listen, they cause major troubles, you know. This was like a famous inventor house or some shit, like a famous family, and listen, and like they took some important shit, so someone has to pay for this. Like Piltover needs someone to go behind bars for this. She comes in and she tells Vander, and it appears that they have some kind of arrangement going on where she's an enforcer and Vander is actually kind of cool. So essentially what comes down to is that she comes in and she's like, you try to keep your city together, you're not Zaun. I'm assuming that Vander has some sort of like, I keep calling him Vander, I'm not entirely sure if that's actually his name. Vander seems to have some kind of like, not power, but more like, he has like a position of respect in Zaun, you know? Everyone knows him as the barman. Everyone goes to the bar, and he's like, yeah, I'm the fellow local barman, and he takes care of people, and sure. So maybe they see him as like someone that like matters a lot. So maybe when he says something, people will kind of listen. So what happens is that he made this deal with this enforcer lady, where she's like, all right, you try to keep people off trouble so they don't fuck around in Piltover, and I don't really come and do anything to Zaun. But because a couple kids went and did something fucked up, stole this and blow up this building, and it's like an important building, it means that now we're in the situation where they need to find a culprit, but Vander does not want to give the kids away because they're his kids, you know? They're just kids, and they're his kids, you know? He's not going to give anyone away. And my immediate thought was, okay, maybe Vander takes the fall for this. Maybe he says, I did it, take me, or something like that, like a martyr. But he can also not do that, because then there's not going to be anyone to look after the kids. So I'm thinking that maybe Vi is the one that's going to learn about this, and Vi is going to say, like, I did it. So then they're going to take Vi, and then they're going to see, oh, it's just a kid. And of course, they're still going to be rough on her, but I'm guessing that maybe Caitlin's going to come in, and Caitlin's going to be like, hi, you're just a kid, but you seem to be skillful, want to be a cop. Something like that, you know? It's not going to be like that simple, but maybe that's kind of where the progression of the plot is going to go. Me knowing what I know from the game, maybe that's something like that might happen, you know? And me knowing what I know about Vi, you know? Everyone looks up to Vi, and that's something I love. Everyone looks up to Vi. Vi is the coolest. I agree. Vi is the coolest. But like, yeah, everyone looks up to Vi. Vi is kind of the team leader, and I like how Vander is like, that's also a problem. That's also something bad. And that's also something you should be mindful of, because if you want to set up a fire, they will show up with oil. You know, it's this idea of like, you have to be a proper role model for them. And not just a role model, but like, you have to be mindful of what could happen and what the consequences would be, because you have to take care of these kids just as much as I do, because you're also kind of like the mom of the group. You're the leader of the group. You have to be mindful of this shit. Actually, really love that. I really love that. They're doing a lot with these characters that I'm a big fan of. It's getting hot in here. AC is not doing enough. I feel like a lot of this episode was a lot of setup and development, but I feel like half of it was like setup. So I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Yeah, I feel like I already talked about everything. It's the idea that like, okay, we also have like Jinx, that is like the non-capable member of the group. I do like the like little nods. Oh, there were cupcakes. I forgot there were cupcakes. So when they were jumping through the like windows and stuff, there were cupcakes on like a balcony. That's Caitlyn. So like, that's the thing. It's like, why would there be cupcakes at that balcony? Like, that sounds so stupid. That has to be related to Caitlyn somehow. So for those of you who don't know, because I know that Arcane was so big that there's people that don't know anything about the game. Vi calls Caitlyn Cupcake in the game. And I think that's because Caitlyn has an ability that sets up like a trap, and if you touch it, you get stuck and she can like shoot you. And I think that in the trap, there is an actual literal cupcake. I think she literally sets up a trap with a cupcake in it. I saw the cupcakes and I was like, Caitlyn. So I thought that would be Caitlyn's house or like the police station or something, but nothing happened. So I was like, where are the cupcakes there? Do you see the like lights go down a little bit? I should wrap up this soon, but like, there were little nods, Caitlyn, and also the fact that Jinx has this like contraptions that she just throws, and she hopes that they would work, and she does that in the game. Actually, she also does have traps that she throws away, and they like chomp, and her guns as well. She has like fish bones. I think that's the name of it, fish bones. It's like a rocket launcher that like talks, or at least she pretends that it talks. Anyway, she has that. She has a bunch of gadgets and stuff that she throws away. I do like the idea that she's like, I'm not a fighter, and Vi's like, no, but you have this, you know? And she's like, they never work, but it's like, they're gonna work. I know they're going to work. And I like that she's like, I'm not a fighter. It's like, yeah, you're not a fighter. You're an 80 carry, you know? Or marksman by common denomination. You're gonna be fighting at range. You're gonna be doing a lot of kiting in the future, girl. Don't worry about that. You're gonna be really strong. Anyway, I'm excited to keep continuing watching this. I'm really excited to continue watching this. There was a really cool shot at the end with they're overlooking, I believe that is Piltover, yeah. They're overlooking Piltover from all the way from Zaun, and she's like, this city is gonna respect us. I'm really looking forward to where this is gonna end, because like that's the thing, is that like I already kind of see where this is gonna go and how it's gonna end. I'm excited to see exactly how it's gonna go, because like I can see the end version, the quirky game end version where it's like, oh, we're rivals, I'm a cool cop, oh, I'm the waifu Joker. It's like, yeah, whatever. I want to see the dramatized version of it, you know. I want to see the actual realized version of like what is actually gonna be the character conflicts and the plotline and who's gonna die and what's gonna end up happening for these characters to end where they end up in. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to also like get a better look at the like universe of Runeterra. I think that's the name of the place, because like this is weird, because like I'm very familiar with everything about like the lore League of Legends and like the places and all that stuff, you know, but like I never actually got like a good look at it, because all you got before was just like small pieces of like, yeah, they're from this city, the city of progress, and I'm just like, oh, cool. But now I actually get to see it. I actually get to experience it, and this is cool. This is cool. They're building up a world. They're building up these characters, and I'm excited. So I think that's going to be it for this discussion, reaction episode, everything to Arcane Episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if the intro where I just talked about League for a while was too long, but hopefully you just skipped ahead to the reaction. It's fine. But yeah, anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. But if you would like to watch the next 2 episodes of Arcane already on early access and full-on reactions, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description for that. Social media, Twitch stream, all sorts of cool stuff that I do. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.